Hello, team. Welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video with myself, Jonathan MS Pearce. Goodness me, it's a busy time at the moment. I'm going to give you a breaking news update concerning two things that have happened since Volodymyr Zelenskyy gave that barnstorming speech in Davos, where he really went to town on the Europeans in a way that was understandable given the position that Ukraine is in, but really scolded European leaders and Europe in general for not doing enough for their own safety and security and not doing enough to help Ukraine, but from a position as a European, so Zelensky and Ukraine as a European nation aspiring to be part of the EU, doing that scolding as a form of kind of an attempt to unify Europe with Ukraine inside. And I went through that in my live stream, and it was an extraordinary speech, very ballsy, very risky, very brutally honest. And there are two things, well, there are many things he said in the speech, but there are two things that he was asking Europe to do very explicitly. One was you need to stop Russian shadow fleet tankers, and you need to detain them in the same way that the US is doing with the shadow fleet tankers concerning oil going from Venezuela under the Russian flag, and the US is doing a good job at stopping them. Why aren't you doing this, Europe? Right. So he asked for more of that. If Russia cannot get money for its oil, it cannot afford to continue its war against Ukraine. So that's one thing. The other thing he asked very explicitly was for there to be much more movement with regard to the tribunal for war crimes against Putin, etc., etc. And lo and behold, and I said this could put a rocket up some Europeans' asses when he made that speech. Lo and behold, those two things I've just mentioned have seen some movement within hours of him giving that speech. Is quite extraordinary. We're going to look into this. Before we do, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Keep yourselves in the loop. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Come on, sort it out. That'd be awesome. Thank you. And let's get to the details now. So we have Emmanuel Macron here talking about what the French have been involved in this afternoon. We will not tolerate any violation, he says. This morning, the French Navy boarded an oil tanker coming from Russia, subject to international sanctions and suspected of flying a false flag. The operation was conducted on the high seas in the Mediterranean and with support of several of our allies. It was carried out in strict compliance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. A judicial investigation has been opened. The vessel has been diverted. We are determined to uphold international law and to ensure the effective enforcement of sanctions. The activities of the Shadow Fleet contribute to financing the war of aggression against Ukraine. I said during my live stream earlier that if Europe is going to do what the US is doing, they need to do it within the confines of international law, because as much as we'd like to see Europe bend the rules and slam these Shadow Fleet tankers, if they're going to break the rules in order to do that, then they are no better than the people that we are railing against. The US is probably bending the law. I don't really know, actually, with regard to the detainment of these tankers coming from Venezuela, but I get the sense they're bending the law and they seem to be just stealing the oil for their own benefits. And that was kind of what Zelensky was asking for, you know, even talking about taking the oil for Europe's own benefit. Now, I don't know about that. I would need to know about the legality of doing such an action, but certainly there is scope for Europe to be much more heavy-handed with regard to enforcing of environmental regulation, health and safety regulation, so on and so forth, insurance, all these things that you can stop ships for, say, hey, you suck there, we're going to stop you. And even if it's not a permanent detainment or some kind of activity taking that ship off the seas, it's going to delay and cost the Russians in terms of that ship not being able to ship hydrocarbons, so on and so forth. So now it looks like actually the French did this earlier today before Zelensky gave his speech, so it might not be a reaction to his speech, but my goodness, I think the announcement here from Macron does fit in very well with what Zelensky was saying. A little bit more detail here. Well, first of all, Zelensky's already come out and thanked him. Thank you, France. Thank you, Emmanuel Macron. This is exactly the kind of resolve needed to ensure that Russian oil no longer finances Russia's war. Russian tankers operating near European shores must be stopped. Sanctions against the entire infrastructure of the shadow fleet must be tough. Vessels must be apprehended. And wouldn't it be fair to confiscate and sell the oil carried by these tankers? That's the bit that I would need to know the legality of that. But if they are operating illegally, and if that is sanctioned material, sanctioned goods, then who knows? The press release here: flag inspection of the oil tanker in the Mediterranean Sea, Toulon. On January the 22nd, so today, French Navy assets intervened in the high seas in the Alboran Sea on the cargo tanker Grinch en route from Murmansk, Russia, conducted on the basis of Article 110 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. This operation aimed to verify the nationality of a vessel suspected of flying a false flag. After the boarding team, the examination of the documents confirmed the doubts regarding the validity of the flag being flown. A report was filed with the public prosecutor in Marseille, who has jurisdiction under the Maritime Court. In accordance with international law, and at the request of the public prosecutor, the vessel was diverted on January the 22nd and is currently being escorted by French Navy vessels to an anchorage for further investigations. The action, carried out in cooperation with our allies, including the United Kingdom, so good to see the Brits involved here, just from my own point of view, illustrates the unwavering commitment and determination of France and its partners to uphold international law. So we're starting to see Europe get a bit more hardcore on these shadow fleet tankers. That's exactly what Zelensky was calling for, exactly what surely we would all like to see. The Russian shadow fleet tanker, just seized by France off the coast of Spain, was fully laden with crude oil from Murmansk. That's from 800 to 850,000 barrels. So just passed through the Straits of Gibraltar and on into the Mediterranean before being apprehended. Fantastic. So then the second bit of movement that we see today is this. Kaja Kallas saying today, the EU allocated the first 10 million euros to establish a new special tribunal to hold Russian leaders accountable for their role in Moscow's war against Ukraine. Kaja Kallas coming up with the goods there, which is exactly what Zelensky was asking for yet again. So two things he asked for and two bits of movement we have seen as a result of that. So Russian leaders are responsible, says Kallas, for this war, and they must be held accountable. There can be no impunity. The announcement follows criticism, says the Euromaidan Press, from Ukrainian President Zelensky in Davos, who rebuked international partners for taking excessively slow steps to bring Russian leader Vladimir Putin to justice for the war against Ukraine. According to the article, the agreement to create the special tribunal was signed in June 2025. Detailed information about the tribunal arrangements can be found in the article Nuremberg for Putin. Everything about the tribunal for Russia's leadership being established in The Hague. So good to see some more movement there, as $12 million, 10 million euros of support for that special tribunal has come from the Council of Europe. Now, that's all in the context of Ukraine and the US. So going really back to when I said this is all in the context, the detainment of the ship there. Ukraine and the US are discussing an energy truce proposal with Russia, halting strikes on the shadow fleet. So strikes on the shadow fleet, I don't think detentions, but where some of these ships have been hit by Ukrainian drones and where Ukrainian drones and missiles have been taking out oil facilities left, right, and center, that would be halted by the Ukrainians in exchange for stopping attacks on the Ukrainian power grid. According to the Financial Times, there are these trilateral talks expected tomorrow in Abu Dhabi and the day after. When I say tomorrow, I mean in about 15 minutes my time. Right. Now, this is in light of attacks like this. Although this isn't on the shadow fleet, this is on the port of Taman. Some new footage is coming out today from both this point of view and, very interestingly, from a maritime drone out to sea that sees it from the other direction. The spoo struck the Tamannaftogaz oil terminal in Russia's Krasnodar Krai. Fire covering about 7,000 square meters broke out due to a spill of petroleum products. Preliminary damages are approximately $50 million worth. The facility is one of the key ones in the Black Sea region that handles the export of oil, gas, and ammonia. So here we have another video that we like to see, which is a video showing a destruction of Russian equipment and infrastructure. We can see cranes and all sorts going on here. That's hit right at the top of that crane. I don't know where the best place to hit these things is, but anyway, several drones are seen destroying infrastructure. That's the third one there, and then a fourth one. You can see there are already flames and fires going off here, and I don't know where that goes. That looks to hit one of those tall masts there or something. Anyway, this is the view from an unmanned surface out to sea. So it's pretty interesting that actually it's caught from um, several angles here. Obviously, the first-person view drones themselves. I don't know if this USV, unmanned surface vehicle, then went and charged in itself to add further damage. But anyway, you've got Ukraine still going about doing its business of destroying energy infrastructure, but Russia is destroying Ukraine's energy systems themselves, and that is really hurting. So you might get some kind of a truce where they agree not to strike each other's energy infrastructure, but at the same time, hopefully that won't lead to people taking a foot off the gas with regard to detaining these shadow fleet tankers. And the US is doing a job at the moment of hindering Russia's ability to make money. That's welcome. And we need to see Europe be far stronger. So it's really good to see the French and the British be more robust today. We've also seen the Germans stopping a tanker go into the Baltic Sea, past the Danish Straits, or the Straits of Denmark. That's excellent news as well. And I think and Finland, of course, have been on it as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we might see a ramping up of pressure on the Russians from European nations at sea. So let's keep those fingers crossed. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.